to DMG. Today I'm just going to be testing a couple of the parts from that computer, from the server from a couple videos ago. I'll probably put it as last video I cleaned it and just kind of got some of the mess out of the case and doused pretty much everything in alcohol to the extent where if you light a match within 10 feet of my room for the next several days, the whole dorm will burn down. But now that everything's really clean, I feel comfortable with, plugging it in and testing. From the state of the capacitors in the motherboard, I don't feel like that power supply will work, and I don't want to plug it in because it will probably just cause more damage. I'm going to plug in my Windows XP hard drive to this machine so that if any of these drives do work, we can hopefully, get into the OS and see some sort of details or statistics on them. I'm actually going to use the other SATA power connector because the Molex will be more accessible. There we go. IDE and Molex. I say first we test this one, which I suspect is the boot drive of the system. 40 gigs, it's the oldest one. I apologize, my main camera is charging right now, and this one doesn't do as well at filming CRTs. So if you're photosensitive, there will be a little bit of flicker. Well, our monitor's turned on, so it's posting. That's good. I always forget what the keys are. Okay, so recognize the 40 gig disk. Device configuration. Oh, okay, so IDE primary. It looks like our drive should work. That's good. Oh, it says it's recognized the drive under found new hardware. Okay, it's recognizing it as disk 0. Okay, so it looks like that disk just does not have a drive letter mapped to it. While hardware info loads, I'm going to try and get the colors right on our CRT here. I'm going to switch over to that other camera soon. It's almost done charging. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. It is an ST3416A. That's good. It looks like it works. 5 years power on hours, a crap ton of hardware ECC, 174 power cycles, that's not very high. Only 163 start stops, so yeah, I do believe this was used in a server. Many raw read errors. Yeah, this is an okay condition drive. That's good. It works. Okay, so you do assign letter equals, I'll do Z. Oh, so I guess it was wiped because it's saying that it doesn't have a volume. Yeah, I don't think this disk has a volume on it because it won't let us assign a volume to the drive letter. Alright, I think next... See, this is why SATA is better, because you can hot swap drives. You can't do that on IDE. I'm glad this Barracuda ATA works, because these are cool drives. And IDE drives are getting harder to find. Next, we are testing the first WD. Now these were on that controller card, which I'll also test in this video, hopefully. Here, I might need to reconfigure the drive, because I think this was one of the ones that was just rattling around inside the case. So if it doesn't work, it does not seem to be spinning up. I can't feel any signs of life. Yeah, it's not showing that it's there. I'll look a bit further into it. I might try the freezer method on this drive. You just put the drive in the freezer and it can help unstick heads and stuff. But, I mean, I hope at least half of these drives work. That one is a maybe not, so I'll put it over there. Now the other WD, it's identical to the one that we just tried, but hopefully it will spin up. Oh, you hear that? Sounds like a dead or dying motor. It's making the worst sound I have ever heard from a hard drive. Listen to that. God damn. It actually seems like, because this one won't spin up, the motor on both drives might just be screwed. Oh hey, they're shielded, that's cool. But the motor on both of these drives is probably screwed because this one sounds like that, and this one didn't even spin up. But if one of the motors works fine, the data density is so low on these drives that in an improvised clean room, I might actually be able to just swap the platters over to the working drive. If they use landing zones, it would be a lot harder, because I'd have to get the head off of the, part off of the platter, and hold it there while I swap the platters. Oh, popped up, found new hardware. There we go, disk 0. Yeah, free 112 gigs, it's wiped. And it looks like there aren't any partitions on the drive. But this one does work. It sounds awful, but it works. Let's check its smart in hardware info. I'm sorry, I wish there was something I could do about the sound. I'll just try and keep this brief. There we go, here it is. IDE. 5 years of uptime, pretty much what we saw with the last one. 100 power cycles, was that 108? Low error rate, pretty low spin up time, no raw read errors. So this is a really good drive. It's got pretty clean smart. So I wish its motor didn't have issues. That spin down sound though. Oh, that just hurt my soul. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Now it's the Barracuda. I'd be really surprised if this one doesn't work, because I mean it's a pretty new drive. Should be just like any other Barracuda 7200.10, but just, you know, IDE. Oh, it's a quiet boy. Heard it spin up. It's, you know, pretty subtle. Alright, ST3300GZOA. So yeah, it's working. Alright, it's recognized and found new hardware. So it's got a partition on it. But not an accessible partition. Only 3 years of uptime. Super high start-stop count. We got some hardware ECC. 562 power cycles. So this is a lower hour drive than the other ones, but it's got more wear on the smart in other areas. Just gonna make sure it's not showing up here. No, it's not. Okay. It's got a really long, loud spin down. It's still going. There we go. Okay. So now I'll unplug it. I want to unplug these while they're still spinning down. I mean, if you look at the back of a SATA Barracuda and this one, it's pretty much the same. I picked up another spin point disc. So it's not from this computer, but I'm going to test it anyway. It's a 40 gig IDE spin point, pretty similar to one I already had. Found it in a computer that just the rest of it was not working. There we go, there's its spin up. I heard it spin. Should work. Yep, Samsung. Looks like it's working. Early, very early 2000s. It's a lower end one. Only 2 megs of cache. Now the boot drive in this system is actually a SATA Samsung spin point. Okay, there we go. It's popping up and found new hardware. And I found the SATA spin points to be a lot more reliable. There we go, disk 0 is showing up. Oh, local disk D. Ha! So this one's still got a Windows install on it. SB PCI. Someone had a Sound Blaster in this thing. Which is funny because there wasn't a Sound Blaster card in the PC when I found it. And this is my local disk. That is not my local disk. So the user is someone's actual name, so I won't be showing that. Like first and last. But I'll just take a look at the smart real quick. Samsung spin point. I don't think that's accurate. 320.71 years. I'm not quite sure that that's right. Spin up time, okay, start stop count, that's fine. Not too bad. 4 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's pretty cold. 259 power cycles. Yeah, so other than the obvious error here, it's fine. Now, I don't know if this is bootable. I don't know if it needs any drivers or anything like that. And, I mean, it was just a PCI card and a PCIX card and a PCI slot in the old PC, so hopefully that'll work on the new one. I'm going to wedge a pin cap right here so that those pins on the back have no risk of touching the metal of the computer, because I would hate to kill this card and or the board. Alright, here goes. No way, look, it's the Windows logo. Windows from Microsoft was so popular they made them in real life. Oh, we got a red light. Oh, green light on the controller card. And it just turned off. Okay. Hey, we got another, so it's the disk, sorry, the controller has a boot ROM on it, as I was suspecting. And it's recognizing that drive separately, which is really cool. So it looks like our controller card does work. So I imagine this drive, I'm using the one that already has the data on it. I'm assuming this drive will be accessible once we are into the operating system. Local disk D is gone. I assume we need OS drivers for this thing. Oh hey, found new hardware RAID controller. Yeah, it probably needs drivers. It's not showing up because it needs drivers. Yeah, I'll try and track down drivers for this, but it actually, it looks like it works, which is really good. I'll try and fix this WD drive. Honestly, I think it's beyond saving, but I will attempt. And I'll attempt on the one that's definitely dead first. I'll try putting it in the freezer, which can often fix bearings or seized motors. I'll just leave it in the freezer and then get it when I come back from class and see if it works. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.